Hi,
Hi, how are you today?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Good, great. But the weather is not good. Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
rainy days. Okay, sorry about Monday again. Yeah, because of the
Don't worry.
Chinese medicine, so popular. Okay. Okay. So for your writing, actually, I prepare a lot of things for you, but finally, I think this might be, directly help you, in your write, especially for your writing part. Okay. So are you ready to face the reality?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. Okay, so a little bit review about test one and test two writing in TOEFL. Okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
And what do you see from this page?
Time, a time, and the score. How do I score?
Uh-huh. Okay. So for test one, you're going to spend 20 minutes. For test two, that's 10 minutes. This is huge difference,
Mhm.
right? This one 20, this one 10. However, they both share half of the score. 50%, 50%. Okay. And
Yep.
then for
Mhm.
test one, you are going to read 250 words, listen to a 2 minute lecture. Finally, you are going to write more than 200 words. Okay. For test two, you're going to write 300 words for personal opinions. Okay. So that's for test one and test two. Okay.
Okay.
So how much time do you spend? Do you need now
Uh,
when you
a
are
lot.
writing? 1 hour?
Uh, like 40 minutes.
40 minutes. 40 minutes is not bad for a beginner, to be honest. Yeah, in the real exam, it's about 30 minutes. Okay?
Mhm.
So
Yep.
just keep writing. There's no other way, actually. Keep writing, and I will
Okay.
keep correcting them for you. Okay? Okay, and here are some points because I want to give you some more specific, ideas about the ways how we can improve the writings together. Okay. And that's why, so different levels. Okay. Just for you to get a rough idea. This is about the structure. Okay. The language, the sentence patterns. All right. I think you know most of them. However, because when you are doing the writing session, you are under pressure, right?
Yeah.
So you get nervous. That's normal, no problem. So that's why we need to practice more because when you practice more, you will get used to it. Okay? And this is
Okay.
comparison between test one and test two. So what do you see?
Mm,
Could you explain a little bit?
the, yeah. Like for text one, we don't we can't add our like personal opinions in our
Yes.
writing. So you just paraphrase paraphrase the
Mhm,
ideas
mhm.
from the lecture and the article.
Reading, yes.
And yeah, and for independent writing, we have to we must point our personal opinions.
Yeah, personal viewpoint, yes. So test one is
So
more academic. It's more like
okay.
writing a research paper, okay, having some reading materials and listening lectures at the same time. Finally, you have to give your own summary, okay. So it's more like
Hmm.
a like an academic summary report in a short way, okay. For test two, yeah, it's personal arguments. All right. So it doesn't really matter which viewpoint you have. However, you surely have to give strong arguments. Okay. And this is the English version. I translated it. And then I was going to use this. However, this is not directly related to your writings. So later, I try to, use your own writings, okay, and have some corrections from your writing so that you can directly learn some more things from the corrections. Okay?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, good. So number one, this is your original. I will read the original sentence and you can read the revised version. Okay. The article is about how to increase the peregrine falcon population due to the crisis of its population's decline. All right. So this is the revised version. And please.
Okay, so the article discusses ways to increase the population of peregrine falcons in response to their recent decline.
Okay, so what are the difference?
The revised version sounds like more professional.
Okay. So, due to the crisis of its population declines, okay, a little bit grammar error. And so the revised version makes it into singular, all right? So let's listen to it again, and we will have the Chinese translation too.
The article discusses ways to increase the population of peregrine falcons in response to their recent decline.
Okay. Good. Number two. So we will do it one by one, and you can just ask any questions. Okay, if you have one.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, the author suggests three main methods to increase the population, such as protecting nesting sites, controlling their predictors. Is it correct? Should be this one. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, predator.
Yeah, and rehabilitating injured or sick ones. Okay, now is your turn.
So the author proposes three main methods: protecting nesting sites, controlling predators,
Yes.
and
Rehabilitating.
rehabilitating.
This is a long one.
Okay, rehabilitating injured or sick falcons.
Okay. Are you familiar with this one?
Rehabilitating.
Rehab.
Yeah. Actually, it's rehab. Okay.
And yeah, for
it's like we use this word too. Yeah. So it just means recovering. Okay. Rebuilding, recovering. Okay. Because have actually is related to habit or have. Okay. So you are kind of recovering, regaining, rebuilding your original abilities. Okay? So that's rehabilitating. That's a long word. Okay.
Yeah.
What is the difference here? Comparing the two. In terms of sentence structure, of course, the vocabulary, okay, you should correct it. And anything else? How do you feel about the revision?
It's simple but precise.
Okay. A little bit more precision, right? Okay.
Yes.
Gravity. I think there's a sentence. Okay. Give me 1 minute.
Okay.
Gravity. Have you found a book I told you?
I found it online.
Okay.
But not in any library.
Oh, okay. It's an old book. Okay. So here, brevity is a soul of wit. Yeah, in high-level Chinese.
Wit.
Yeah, 4 words in high-level Chinese. Take a guess.
言简意赅.
Wow, your Chinese language level is really high. Okay. Yes, exactly. Okay. So brevity is a soul of wit. So maybe we talked about it before. I think we talked about it before, right? in TOEFL IELTS writing, it's not easy because you have to talk about things precisely in a concise way. Okay, are you familiar with the word concise?
Yes, concise.
Yes. Okay, in a very concise way. Specifically, specific and concise at the same time. It's not easy. All right. Like I'm doing my master degree, education master now, right? So when you listen to professors or when you talk to professors, then you will know what is, precision. Okay.
Okay.
Professors will say, I don't think you are, I don't think you really understand what we are talking about. Okay, you better read more. Okay.
Okay.
Get more books and come back, and then I will talk to you. Something like that. Okay. I just had a professor like that when I was in the UK.
Okay.
She was like, every time we talk about something, and then she said, "Oh, Gary, you can read that book. In chapter 5, paragraph 2, the author wrote something like blah blah blah. There are 3 points, and point number 2 will be good for your essay." Okay, something like that. It's, amazing. She's like a computer. Okay. Yeah. But it's
One
terrible.
question.
Yeah, sure.
What's the difference between like concise and precise?
Okay. Tell me your understanding first.
Concise is like simplify, and
Okay.
precise is
Personally speaking,
precise
I
is
think concise is more like short.
uh
Okay. Precise is more like to the point.
mhm. Okay.
So to the point and short, they're not exactly the same.
Okay.
Okay.
Concisely and precisely.
Yeah. So when you are coaching your students, right? Sometimes you want them to be concise. Sometimes you want them to be precise. So
Precise.
there are 2 words, of course, they are not exactly the same. Okay, but it's a very
Okay.
detailed question. Okay,
Okay.
good. So number 3, however, these approaches are disapproved by the lecturer. Okay, your turn.
However, the lecturer strongly disagree with the list proposed solutions.
Okay, so what did you learn?
我是用了倒装句吗？还是
Not really.
OK
Not really. Yeah. 这里应该严格来讲不算倒装，你是用被动 passive。
被动 OK
Yeah. So
没事
in terms of passive and active, which one is stronger?
嗯哼
Of course,
I
active.
think active
Yes. So that's
yeah
why
OK
the sample here uses active voice. Okay.
active
However,
OK嗯哼
the lecturer strongly disagrees with these proposed solutions. All right, good. Number 4, first of all, protecting peregrine falcon's nesting sites might be crucial. Okay, your turn.
First, protecting peregrine falcons nesting sites might seem crucial.
Okay, pretty much the same. But one tiny
Okay
grammar error, it should be plural with apostrophe.
okay yeah
Okay, so this is the tiny grammar error.
but when we speak we say falconses or falcons
Focus, just focus.
falcons
Because
okay
there's only one S, right?
oh
Yeah. So in speaking, we don't know where the apostrophe is. We can only tell the differences between, in writings, not in speaking. A lot of things
okay
when we are speaking, we don't know which one you are talking about. Okay,
okay yeah
right? And
so
my theme here might
my
seem
thing
crucial, might be.
uh
I think it's okay, no problem.
okay
Yeah, but make sure you remember the corrections. Okay. Okay, number
yeah
6. peregrine falcons are known to live in urban area. Are known to is a little bit strange. Okay. So it is an obstacle to balance their needs and humans' needs. Okay, correction here.
Peregrine falcons are known to live in urban areas, which makes it difficult to balance their needs with those of humans.
Okay, so be known to.
Okay, are known
Okay.
to be known
Yeah,
to
yeah.
be
So
are
this is
known to.
not right. Okay.
Mhm.
Humans needs those of humans. So make it formal.
Formal.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
By
Those of
using
humans.
of. It's like Gary's car becomes a car of Gary. Okay. Of is always formal.
Mhm.
Okay, good. Number 7. Moreover, some of their nesting areas are difficult to gain access to, so implementing this method might not be feasible. Okay, your turn.
So furthermore, some of their nesting sites are hard to access, making this method difficult to implement.
Yes. Okay, what did you learn?
Okay. Mm, con
Concise. Okay.
concise.
In this case, it's concise, right? So gain
Uh-huh.
access to. I think it's okay, no problem. Yeah.
Hard to.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
Good. So number 8. So this is correction one by one. I think this is precise, right? Okay.
Mhm.
So secondly, the lecturer mentioned that controlling the population of the predator might lead to the increase of other animals that also prey on peregrine falcons. Okay, might lead to, right? This is a mistake. So your turn.
Mhm. Second, the lecturer explained that controlling certain predators might lead to an increase in other species that also prey on peregrine falcons.
Okay, what did you learn?
Mm, grammar mistake.
Yeah.
The
And
predator.
changing
Certain.
the predator to certain
Okay, certain
predators.
predators. Okay.
And so this is precise. And increase of to increase in.
Okay, increase in the
Increase in,
other
yes.
species.
Increase in.
Oh yeah, okay.
All right. Some tiny things. Okay, number 9. In addition, the consequence of this method is uncertain. Your turn.
In addition, the consequences of this method are unpredictable.
Okay, so there are more than one consequence, right? So there should be
Okay.
more consequences of this method are unpredictable. Uncertain
Yeah.
is fine, but for TOEFL IELTS writing, unpredictable.
Unpredictable.
Yeah, so there's one rule in TOEFL IELTS writings, they always love longer words. Okay, they want you to show off your vocabulary ability. Okay, so
Okay.
try to have some longer words, and it means you have the ability to use some academic jargon. Okay, are you familiar with jargon?
No. Jargon. No.
Jargon.
Actually, it's not a good word. Okay, so do not use this word in TOEFL IELTS writing. Okay, it's a conversational vocabulary here. Jargon means some certain vocabulary or terms. People in certain area they use that kind of jargon. I think as a coach, right, you have your own jargon, right? About
Okay.
PE, about games, about all kinds of sports, right?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Like terms.
So I think in terms of that, this is academic writing. So we need to have some academic jargon. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So number 10, finally, the lecturer argued that the rehabilitate injured outcome can save the individuals, but it is not only time consuming, but also not cost effective to help just a small number of outcomes. Okay, it's strange to have only one here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and because you have plural here, however, you have singular here, so it's kind of strange. And the
Yeah.
meaning of can save the individuals is not very clear. What do you, right? So it's not very clear. So now your turn, finally.
Finally, the lecturer argued that while rehabilitating injured falcons may help some individuals, the process is both time-consuming and not cost-effective.
Okay, so now we know what individuals are, right? Because while rehabilitating injured falcons, okay, they are falcons, may help some individuals. Okay, so these individuals are falcons. So it's very clear. Okay, the process is both time consuming, you're going to spend a lot of time, and not cost effective. So not effective enough. Okay,
Yeah.
what did you learn from this one?
Just the plural and singular issues,
Yes,
and
there's one important word here is both.
both time-consuming and
Yeah, both A and B, right? Doing
concise.
these kind of things, it's both A and B. So you can express two meanings in one sentence. All right? Okay,
Yeah.
11. Other factors like habitat loss and population is a major problem. Your turn.
So other factors such as habitat loss and populations are the main problems.
Okay, so it should be loss, not lost. Okay, because we need a noun. All right, so that's loss. Okay. So number 12, as a result, this method is not useful in the long run. Your turn.
Therefore, this method is not effective in the long term.
Okay, in the long term, in the long run. So you see, long run, too short. Long term is longer.
Okay.
Okay, make it longer. Yeah, but at the same time, when you are making your vocabulary longer, don't make your sentence too long. Okay, because sometimes when the sentences are too long, it's difficult to read. All right, so we are kind of trying to find a balance. So this is very tricky, or we can say is very subtle. I think we talked about the word before, subtle.
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 Okay, you know the word?
Yeah.
Yeah, subtle. I think it's also very subtle in trainings, right? Sometimes the way how Taiwan won the champion from Olympic roller skating, I think it's, very interesting example. And right, a very interesting example, right? The way how the person won is very subtle. Okay. Maybe we can say, oh, he persisted, right? Yes.
Persist.
Yeah, no matter what, he persisted. So he won. And the Korean guy should be really sad, right? Okay, so this is text one. Any questions, or you want to sum up a little bit?
And
One?
so can I use subtle as and like the chance of winning a championship is subtle?
Subtle,
Like
yeah.
a 几率.
Subtle, yes. 微妙,
Okay.
There it can be used for all kinds of things. It depends on how you want to describe things? Yeah, I think it's okay. It's subtle. It means I might win, however, at the same time, I might lose. Right?
Okay.
So it's very subtle.
I thought it's like 很微小的意思。So it's not
No, it's not
no.
tiny,
Okay.
small, minor. It's more like it's difficult to say.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Difficult to say. It's incredible. Maybe you think you are not going to win. Like maybe the Korean guy just thought, hey, I'm the champion, right? But just within seconds, he lost it.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's a subtle situation, I think. Okay, so this is for test one. Any more questions?
No.
No, good. So let's get the second one. Okay. Some grammar, some vocabulary, and corrections. Okay, for fluency. All right. The advantage and disadvantage about the impact of social media is controversial. I personally think that social media is good for our society. Okay, your turn on the right-hand side.
Okay. The advantage and disadvantage of social media's impact on society remain a topic of ongoing debate. Personally, I believe that social media has a largely positive influence on our society.
Okay, what did you learn?
Uh, the sentence is more formal.
Okay, yes, more formal. So by having this comparison, you will know, oh, this one's formal. Okay. Are you studying your PhD reading? Not yet. Do you have to
Reading.
read some English books?
Not yet, but
Not yet. Okay. So
yes, not yet.
when you start to read some English books, then you will, read more this kind of academic formal writings. Okay.
Okay.
So, number one, the advantages and disadvantages. So there are many advantages and many disadvantages. And make
Okay.
sure you pronounce the as the because it's formal. Okay. So the advantages and disadvantages. About the impact of social media's impact. Precise. Okay.
Of social medias. Okay.
Okay. Controversial, a topic of debate. I think controversial is okay, no problem. Okay, it's good. Okay, good is terrible. The number one popular word in English, good. The number two most popular word in English, take a guess.
Bad. Yes.
Important.
Okay.
Important. Yeah, so
Okay.
in TOEFL IELTS writing, don't say good. Okay, don't write good. Don't write, important. So what can we say? What can we write for good?
Positive.
Positive, beneficial.
Beneficial.
Yes. Okay. So you need to have some more synonyms. All right. So has a positive influence. Okay. Sounds more academic. Largely. All right. Good. So firstly, although there are a lot of misinformation on social media, it provides more chances for the minority group to speak up their voices. Okay, your turn.
First of all, although there is a lot of misinformation on social media, it offers more opportunities for minority groups to make their voice heard.
Voices heard. So number one,
Voices.
misinformation is uncountable, so it should be is. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
There is
The minority groups. So we have plural groups. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's why we have voices. plural 2. So we need the, be consist. Okay? Speak up their voices, make their voices heard. So in this case, it's good to have passive. Make their voices heard. All right? This is text 2. So I think passive voice is, more suitable for task 2 rather than using passive voice in task 1. All right? Okay, good. In the past, we do not hear many voices from the traditional media because it is contradicted to the majorities. Okay, your turn.
In the past, traditional media rarely represented minority perspectives,
Wow.
as they often conflicted with the views of the majority.
Okay, what did you learn?
Where academic speaking rarely represented.
Yeah, represent, more academic. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And conflicted. Contradicted is okay, but in this case, conflicted sounds a little bit stronger. Okay, conflicted. All right, good. We do not hear. It should be past tense, so we did not hear. It is contradicted to the majorities. Grammar error. Conflicted with the views of the majority. This is important. Okay, so conflicted with the views of the majority, not the majority. All right, because we are talking about the representation of media or media. So different kinds of media, people have different kinds of ideas, thoughts, thinkings, presentations. Okay, in this case, presentation is not 简报, all right? This is more philosophical. Here, representation. All right. In philosophy, we call it 在线. I am not going to talk about it here because we are going to spend 1 hour talking about one single word. Okay. So I'm not going to talk about it. You can find a book talking about representation, the whole book. Okay. Yeah. So I'm not going to talk about it. Just give you an idea. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So we have about 5-6 minutes. All right. Now we can easily hear the small group voice, and I believe that. So you see, small groups. So it should be voices, right? Okay.
Okay.
And I believe that it can generate the improvement of the society. Okay. Now your turn.
Today, we can easily hear the voices of smaller groups, which I believe contributes to
Societal
progress.
Wow. Academic. Okay. Not really difficult, but sounds academic, sounds formal.
Yeah.
And one important word here is contribute. Contribute. All right. Okay, a little bit grammar error. Plural. All right. And contribute to societal progress. I think it sounds more political. These terms are more political because we are talking about the relationship between media and the society, right? So it has a lot of things to do with politics. So these are political terms, all right? Next one. Secondly, social media provides more opportunities for the company to reach their customers in a very cost-effective way. Your turn.
Secondly, social media allows companies to reach their customers in a highly cost-effective manner.
Wow, highly cost-effective manner. Okay, I think you know all the words, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so now you are trying to, make yourself get used to this kind of collocations, academic collocations. Do you know what collocation
Collocation.
is?
No.
Collocation is the way how we combine words.
Collocation.
Yes, collocation. If you are interested in collocation, there are some dictionaries of collocation. Yeah. If you don't have a lot of time, don't think about it. Just write more, read more. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. You can learn a lot as well from samples. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Before, marketers need to spend a ton of money putting ads on the television or making flyers to promote their products. Okay, your turn.
In the past, marketers had to spend large sums on television advertisements or printed flyers to promote their products.
Okay. In TOEFL IELTS writing, we always write the full word. So, television advertisements. Okay.
Okay,
Sounds
yeah.
more formal. When you say
Okay.
ads, not formal.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. And flyers, the spelling error. Okay.
Mhm.
So it's flyers, Flyer, plural S. Good. 3 more minutes. Nowadays, marketers can easily create contents and post it online, right? To connect their
Yeah.
potential customers and sell their products online in different platforms. Okay, your turn.
So today, marketers can easily create content and post it online to connect with potential customers and sell their products through various platforms.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
Various.
High
Okay.
level, right? Various. Of course, sometimes you can use the phrase a variety of.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. Good. So to sum up, let's wrap up a little bit. Okay, Ken, we had test one corrections and we had text two corrections. So
Yeah.
to summarize a little bit, what did you learn in today's class?
To try to do my writing concisely and precisely,
Yes.
and use the academic terms,
Yes.
academic jargon.
Okay. By the way, when did you do the writings? I mean, before you go to bed or early in the morning or in the
In the
afternoon?
morning,
Early in the morning.
usually in the morning. Yeah.
So after you woke up,
Uh-huh.
okay, so it should be okay, right? Because I want to know a little bit your situation. Okay, good.
Yeah.
So in 40 minutes now, you said 40 minutes, right?
Uh-huh.
It's not bad
Yes, yes.
for a beginner, okay, for a beginning writer to finish both in 40 minutes. In many cases, they need 1 hour or even more than 1 hour to finish both. So you are doing pretty
Okay.
good, okay? But I know as a coach, okay, you are, asking yourself to do more or progress more, right? So we found a lot of tiny errors for you. So make sure I will share the PowerPoint, okay, with you, and you can go make sure each tiny grammar errors, okay, make sure you are fully aware of them and make sure you don't make the same mistakes. Okay, this is important.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
for the present score, did I show you?
No.
Now it's about 15.
Okay.
Okay. But if you can, correct all the tiny mistakes, I think it will be 17, 18, or even 19. All right. And
Okay.
some adjustment for the sentence patterns and more, then you are going to reach 20 in a very short time.